Welcome to the New York Post studio in Midtown Manhattan. I'm Mark Hale. Tonight marks the second half opening for both the Mets and the Yankees, so it's also going to mark the start of our special triple play segment. We ask 3 questions, we get 3 answers, and I want to bring in Ken Davidoff, our baseball columnist. And Ken, let's start with the Mets. We look at Dylan G here, who we just learned is going to undergo surgery today. Very valuable component of this rotation, and the hot button question that's kind of emerged with the Mets since we learned about G's injury is Matt Harvey going to be the guy who imminently or eventually replaces G this season? How do you see this playing out with Harvey, and do you think Matt Harvey's ready for the majors right now?
Not at this very moment, Mark. No, the Mets don't think so. They think he needs a little more seasoning. That's why they're going to let Miguel Batista handle that 5th start when it comes up in the rotation. But this is going to be 2 balls in the air. 1 ball is Harvey's progress, and 1 ball is the Mets' need for that 5th starter. And really, in concurrence with that, their ability to stay in the race. So, yeah, if they're in the race and Batista's not getting it done, but Harvey's 95% of the way there, then I think you nudge him. You challenge him and see how he does with that major league start.
Ken, well, with G's injury also, it kind of thrusts the Mets in this position of potentially being in the trade market for a starting pitcher. And the Yankees could be in that situation as well, depending on the health of Andy Pettitte and the performances of Nova and Hughes and Hiroki Kuroda. Do you think there's a situation that could develop where both the Mets and Yankees are competing for the same arms in a potential trade? Or even if they're both in the trade market, Ken, do you think they compete for completely different types of pitchers?
Yeah, I think they'll be sitting at different tables, Mark. I think the Yankees will be in the conversations for Cole Hamels. They have to be, just to see what the asking price is. Whereas I don't even see the Mets sitting at that table. I think the Mets are looking solely at stopgap type guys who won't cost as much in prospects. The Mets are not looking to give up any serious prospects at this juncture, where I think the Yankees are more open-minded to that.
And our last question, Ken, as we go into the second half with the Yankees tonight, 2 guys to focus on here, Derek Jeter and Alex Rodriguez. And, you know, Jeter, he has good numbers at the All-Star break here. He's hitting .308. He leads the American League in hits. That's the good part. The bad part is, over these last 55 games, which is a third of the season, he's hit only .264 with 2 homers, 10 RBIs, a .628 OPS. Then we look at A-Rod, who's on pace for his worst production since he was 19 years old, and goes into tonight with a 41 straight at-bats without a home run. Ken, what do we expect from Alex Rodriguez and Derek Jeter in the second half?
I think we can expect basically to multiply these numbers times 2. And be satisfied with those seasons, realistically. I mean, you have to kind of put aside the names and the resumes and appreciate that even though both guys are clearly past their primes, they're still above average baseball players, particularly at their positions.
There you go. 3 questions, 3 answers with Ken Davidoff, our triple play segment. The Yankees will start again tonight, as will the Mets. We'll have a lot more from Ken, obviously, for this entire second half of the season. You can follow him on Twitter at Ken Davidoff. You can follow me on Twitter at Hale Mark. For Ken, I'm Mark. Thanks for watching.